Welcome, Sagittarius. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. So, this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is for June 2025, and it is general, no specific life area topic today. So, let's get started. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot, the regular or the original edition for the reading, and the illustrated for clarifying. So, let's get started here for our Sagittarius. Current situation is Ace of Swords, past influence, Five of Wands, present influence, Lovers, negative, the Fool, positive, Chariot, okay, what you don't see, Ace of Cups, what to look for, the Hangman, unexpected, Hierophant, challenge, Hermit, future influence, Moon, outcome, Four of Wands, and where does this lead? Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, Seven of Coins. Interesting. Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. So this does feel like it could be about a relationship, a partnership. Two of Cups is usually romantic relationship because it's the Cups and we got feelings going on, but it can also be a partnership. So take it as it resonates. It feels like with the way, and I'll show you all the cards, I'm just kind of going through them. With the Ace of Swords being in the current situation, there's something that's come to light. Could be a new beginning here, but it's like different. You've got the Ace of Cups and what you don't see, but I feel like there's also some new knowledge coming in with that Ace of Cups. Now, there seems to me like maybe some kind of conflict in the past. It doesn't necessarily mean it's about this relationship. We'll get into it. It could be just you being conflicted about how much energy to give something, to give to this maybe. With the Lovers and the present influence, this definitely feels like a relationship issue. Overall, I feel like there's some things that you might be able to learn here. Yeah, let's get into it. So Ace of Swords, current situation with the Five of Wands. So it's just like I said, I feel like that you're in a position right now where you've learned something new. The Ace of Swords, either it's been an epiphany or maybe new conversations coming in as well. To me, I see the Ace of Swords a lot about communication, like sudden knowledge, like epiphany type knowledge. But it comes from, there was something in the past that made you feel kind of conflicted. Now, when I look at this Five of Wands, it's a bellows pointed at candles. I mean, I automatically get the feeling of you can put the candles out really quickly if you know, try to light a fire, basically. So I feel like maybe that's how you've been feeling. Like maybe you tried to light a fire too fast and you feel like, oh, but I feel like that you've recognized that with this Ace of Swords, definitely. And this does have to do with a relationship here with the Lovers. Um, Being it's in the present influence, um, this is heavily on your mind right now. This relationship, um, and also with the epiphany, what you've learned from maybe like almost feeling like you've gone all in with the Five of Wands here in the past, but I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I think you're just coming to some kind of realization on how to move forward, because it definitely moves forward in a positive way. Not necessarily all easy, but anything easy maybe not worth having, right? The Fool is in your negative, so there's something here about taking that leap of faith that um I feel like it's underlying, like there's a it feels to me like that this there's something new happening where you're like, it, taking a leave comes kind of suddenly too. Like you kind of just um, do that. I feel like there might have been a situation. Now, might not necessarily know this because this could be about the other person, that it's that they are more apt to take that leap of faith and you might not be ready to, that you might be thinking about a little more. Ace of Swords, um, kind of getting that feeling. I don't feel like it's super negative. I feel like this could come from the partner, or even it could come from you, but you don't realize it. So when the negative here, it's not usually you, it's something that you need to know. So I usually look at it from environmental or something maybe happening in the background. But I feel like it might be more of a feeling than the actual situation being negative, because I don't feel like that. Um, the Chariot is in your positive influence. So I do feel like there's definitely momentum here. And there's definitely, maybe like this could be too about travel, it could be about moving, but whatever it is, whatever's moving forward is in the positive energy. So know that the full steam ahead is okay. Like this is a good thing. It's a positive thing, that you just might be not seeing that as well right now. That you might like, oh, it feels hard. Well, it is going to feel hard because we've got those cards, but it doesn't mean it's negative. Like, right. So keep that in mind. The Ace of Cups is showing up in your, what you don't see. There is like, what could be happening here, especially since it's in what you don't see, it definitely, and it's on this side, could be about the other person. Like they're really feeling renewed or having some kind of new sense of the relationship. Um, I don't think it's, I think too, it could be like, yeah, I mean, no, I feel like that's what it is. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's clarify that Ace of Cups a little bit here, um, being that it's in what you don't see. Um, Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Empress. Yeah, that feels like, okay, yeah, there's a feeling of like wondering. So this is probably the other person, like wondering, oh, this is really hard. But I think that the Ace of Cups is the Six of Pentacles, which is sharing and giving and feeling. There's a very loving feeling and a nurturing feeling here too. So I do feel like this other person might have a renewed feeling of the relationship right now, and feeling more nurtured, which is good. Like they're feeling a little more confident and comfortable. Um, it's like a level up kind of thing, especially with the Empress there. The Hangman is in what to look for. This may be asking you to kind of look at things from a different perspective, and doing some self reflection as well. And if you're struggling with this, which it what looks like you kind of are, that just takes some time, and just really try to look at it from all angles. This card in particular, Hangman, he's having self reflection because there's a reflection here. So it's also asking you to do that. Now, this again is what to look for. So it's just, looking at things from a different angle, taking a different perspective, um, you know, looking at things that way. We have the Hierophant in the unexpected. So this is definitely commitment here. Let's clarify this Hierophant, because it comes in unexpectedly. But I feel like you kind of know that from this, how much energy, all of these things. But tell me about this Hierophant, please. Six of Cups, Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles. I think there's something that, so Six of Cups is past, Queen of Wands is uh, very like a lot of energy, motivation, and Five of Pentacles is a different direction. So I think there may be some decision that you don't realize that's going to come in, that's saying, you know what, I need to do this differently than I've done in the past with the Five of Pentacles. So the past is the Six of Cups. You're looking at that. The Queen of Wands is just, it's fire energy and it's real motivating and all of those things. So I feel like there's something that comes in here unexpectedly that makes you realize that, again, and I think it has to do with this hangman as well. When you look at things from a different perspective and take a different route with the Five of Pentacles, that you're going to commit to yourself. Doesn't necessarily mean commitment like to marriage, but I feel like it's a commitment to yourself, to move forward differently than maybe you have in the past. You know, like seeing like maybe things that didn't work out for you in the past and taking a look at that and saying, you know, I'm going to do it differently than I've done in the past. We have the Hermit in challenge. I think that you might be having a hard time doing the self-searching. Again, Hermit and Hangman are really a lot alike in a lot of ways, because they're kind of taking a deeper look within yourself. However, the Hermit's more of the search, and the discovery part of the search, where the Hangman is just literally in that position, like they're they're waiting things out a little bit. It can feel very stalled and stagnant, but this is more like, yeah, it's Hermit, it's quiet, it's alone, but it's the Hermit does something. He's on a search, and in most cases, he has the lantern, and the lantern is shining the light on what he needs to see. So I think that might be a challenge for you to really, really come across with what you really want. What are you really looking for? Because it's in the challenge position. So it's about that search. And what am I really looking for? What do I really want? What do I really want out of this situation? The moon is in the future influence here, and the moon in this deck. So the moon to me is about being unclear. Um, just look, my sister's flying in, so I just wanted to make sure on her flight. That's why I checked, because I knew she'd be messaging me. Um, the moon is about seeing things clearly, right? The moon casts different shadows, etc. And in this case, though, in this deck, I see that the fog is lifting. So I do feel like that you're coming to some understandings here in the near future. This is next few weeks, next couple weeks, not long. You know, that things will be starting to become more and more clear as the month goes on. Um, and it allows you, Four of Wands, to, I feel like, celebrate the things more, celebrate the situation. Four of Wands in general is about celebration, but it's usually about celebration after hard work. And in this case, yeah, there's a hard work. Anytime you're in a relationship, it's hard. But the Four of Wands here is saying that you'll, like, the celebration can be as simple as having a good conversation and celebrating each other, not necessarily getting married, not necessarily a barbecue or birthday party, but like literally a celebration of the knowledge that you've learned, and what you've done along the way, because there's a lot of self stuff happening here. Um, there's forward movement with that Chariot in the positive, but there's a lot of self-reflection with the Hermit and the moon and the Hangman. Even the Ace of Swords and even the Five of Wands are all a little bit about that, kind of energy of kind of being stalled. So, but I do feel like we've got Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, and then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So the work is not done. There may be some anxiousness, anxiety, worry, stress coming in, and it could be something particular that happens, because the Nine of Wands is like, oh, I'm tired. Can I keep doing this? You know, can I keep going? Can I keep moving forward? It's kind of that tired, wounded. It's called the Wounded Warrior card in some cases. People have called it that, because it is. It's, you're at a point where you don't feel like you can keep going, but, and keep in mind the wands energy, when you're doing anything that involves the wands, so to speak, their fire, their energy, their speed, their action, and there's been some wands here. So you might be going, oh, okay, I need, can I do this? And it might be just you also going back to the second guessing, can I do this? The Seven of Pentacles, though, I feel like things are going to be worked through. So Seven of Pentacles is like planting that garden, and you need to keep on it, but you're not on it every day. It's a long-term thing. You plant the seeds, you let it grow, And I feel like that's what this is. And to me, it's a plan. You know, when you're feeling like things are really hard and you feel like you can't move on, the Seven of Pentacles is coming in here to say, okay, let's just spread out the love here. Let's plan this a little differently. Let's not jump right in. Let's not, you know, let things kind of grow. You know, you're allowing that garden to grow and you're allowing things to grow. So I do feel like it's, yeah, it's hard. But then I think maybe you take a different route and saying, let's just let things grow. Like stepping back from the control of it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Let's do an advice card for our Sagittarius. What is the advice? Okay, Two of Wands. This is asking you to keep moving, keep planning, keep going. The Two of Wands takes that Ace of Wands, that energy. It's fast, it's exciting. But the Two of Wands takes a minute and says, okay, what do we do? Which way do we go? How do we get there? So it's like keep planning, keep moving forward. Also, don't lose the momentum. It doesn't mean you have to go balls to the wall, but what it does mean is like stay forward, stay looking forward, stay moving forward. You just may have to plan, you know, escape routes. And when I say escape routes, like, okay, now I got to navigate that. So I'm going to go around it or I'm going to go straight through it. That's what I mean. So not escape like the situation, but hey, you know, we need to do something different here. But it's allowing yourself to have that open mind to go, I can plan and move at the same time. I can keep moving forward. And as obstacles come in, then we deal with that and we move to the next, you know, because life is obstacles. So, I mean, I think they're like there for us for a reason. So there you have your reading, Sagittarius. For let me pull like, is there anything else our Sagittarius need to know? Let's get 3 more cards here. Okay, Queen of Cups, the Temperance, and 3 of Coins. It's really nice. Okay, that's really nice. Keep dropping cards. That's really nice energy here with the Queen of Cups. I feel like that could be somebody, not necessarily male or female, it doesn't matter, but it could be um, someone that, you know, there's a lot of caring here. The Temperance tells me that things are like coming in together, emotionally balanced, which is nice because there's the Queen of Cups, which could be you too, looking at things from a loving sense. And then the Temperance is that emotional balance moving forward. 3 of Pentacles is a situation or a relationship or being around people. It's usually multiple people or at least 2 where you enhance each other. It's a group of people that when they come together, they have different skill sets, so they make something better. Having the different skill sets in a situation and in a relationship actually can allow it to grow if you appreciate it and want to learn from it and allow each person to do their expertise piece to make it better. And it's about enhancing the entirety. So if it's a relationship, it's enhancing the relationship because they're different looks, different things to learn, different things to do because there's 2 different skill sets here. So I look at this is a lot reminds me of work, but I use it in relationship in that sense that it's a relationship where you enhance the relationship because you are different. And being different sometimes can be the best. So there you have it, Sagittarius. That's your reading for June. Please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help. Take care. Have a beautiful day.